call the roll.
Mr. Holloway,
Yes, here.
Mr. Matheson,
Here.
Mr. East. Here. Mr. Robinson,
Here.
Mr. Payne,
Here.
Mr. Gentry.
Here.
Okay, do we have any visitors? Okay. All right, if not, moving on to the consent agenda. Is there anything on there that anyone wants to pull off? Okay, if not, do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion by Mr. Robinson
I'll second.
and second by Ms. Reese. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Holloway,
Yes.
Mr. Matheson,
Yes.
Mr. East. Yes. Mr. Robinson,
Yes.
Mr. Payne.
Yes. And Braden Gentry's report for the student board member.
I want to thank everyone who came out and participated in the trunk or treat last night on the Hill. It was a great success, and I would also like to recognize the clubs who orchestrated and volunteered during it. Next Monday, November 7th, the juniors will be taking the ASVAB test. JCHS Student Council will have their Nacho fundraiser dinner on November 11th, which is next Friday. Tickets are $10 per person. The event starts at 5, and the benefit auction will follow starting at 7. Our robotics team is traveling to Dayton, Tennessee to compete on Saturday, November 19th. Seniors, the deadline for the December ACT is tomorrow. Please talk to a counselor by tomorrow afternoon in order to receive a waiver and avoid the late fee. There is an ongoing drawing taking place with our yearbooks this year. If you order a yearbook between October 31st and November 11th, your name will be placed in the drawing with a chance to win a gift. That's all I have.
Thank you. One thing I was going to mention at the consent agenda, we usually approve all the field trips. There was one, the choir was going
It'll be
to-
on the next month.
going on, and I went ahead and did the what we need to do to approve them.
Executive agreement.
And also mentioned maybe the choir could come and perform for us one night. Okay, Jill, you got a 5-year plan update?
Yes. The 5-year plan update is the district shares events and news through our social media outlets on our district website and our mobile app to keep all stakeholders informed. We do a really good job on our Facebook page, and our mobile app is back up and running thanks to Norm back there. Got that up and running today, so we do appreciate that. So we have links to that on our website, so if you'd like to have the app, and it'll notify you of school closings and all that. So we're proud of how we handle all that on social media.
Okay. All right. Item number 7, the second and final reading of the TSBA recommended changes on the following policies. That's policy 4.210, that's the credit recovery. I think there was some state law changes to that one. And then the promotion and retention policy 4.603, another state law impacted that one.
These are just, again, are required policies based on legislative changes this past year. So it's just updating our policies to fall in line with the legislative updates.
Okay, that being a second reading, we need a motion to approve that, those two policies.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, call roll, please.
Mr. Holloway,
Yes.
Mr. Matheson,
Yes.
Mr. East. Yes. Mr. Robinson,
Yes.
Mr. Payne.
Yes. Item 8, approve the TSBA annual maintenance agreement, and that will be for 3 years, go through November of 2022, all the way through the end of October of 2023 is the first payment. And I think that payment, that price is locked in for 3 years?
3 years, yes.
Okay,
What's that, maintenance agreement, what's that consist of?
that's all the policies, they keep up with all these federal laws and state laws, and anything that we have to change in our policy book. If we didn't pay them to do that, we would have to probably hire a lawyer, and they would probably have to team. I don't know if we could do it for $100,000 to stay legal if we didn't have the TSBA doing that for us. We might do it for $100,000, I doubt it. But that's what it is. This is just the policy agreement. And they maintain it, they do it, keep it on the website. They do all the technical side of it as well as the legal side of it.
And this is for 3 years?
Well, it's $3,500 per year, but the contract is for 3 years. We'll pay $3,500 this year, next year, and the following year. Any other questions?
This will make it a multi-year agreement. We'll need to have the commission's approval before it can be entered into,
Okay,
because it's multi-year, we're crossing fiscal year boundaries.
okay.
And then I'm
Can
also
you-
going through and reading board policy
Yeah.
in my spare time. Usually at night, it's a good way to put you to sleep.
It'll do it.
But I'm finding, and I'm making a list, but I'm finding links that are broken. I'm finding some misspelled words and some things like that. I'm assuming, who do we need to get that back to?
And
Get
if
that-
you'll get that back to Serena, and she'll send that to Jennifer White at TSBA,
Okay.
because that's part of this, they
Okay.
oversee that. So they're the ones that update the policies
Okay.
and the links. So if you'll we appreciate you doing that,
No.
if you'll let
I mean,
Serena know.
I'm just trying to refamiliarize myself with it, and as I've gone through, I've found several missing
And they
things.
recently switched over anyway, so, maybe in the switch,
Okay.
yeah.
I'll have to put a piece of my list together. It's written on 2 or 3 different pieces of paper.
Yeah, I noticed the format had changed. Okay. So with that, so we need to go to the commission.
We can
What's
go
the
ahead
right
and-
procedure to do
We
that?
can approve that.
You,
and then-
we need to approve it, and then we'll take it on, then I will carry it on to the commission for the budget committee and the commission to approve it as a multi-year agreement.
Okay, all righty. So I guess we need a motion to approve that item and have Russell take it to the commission. Needs to be in the motion, is that correct?
However you want to do it.
Let's do it that way. Would someone like to make that motion?
I'll go ahead and make the motion.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, call the roll, please.
Mr. Holloway,
Yes.
Mr. Matheson,
Yes.
Mr. East. Yes. Mr. Robinson,
Yes.
Mr. Payne.
Yes. Okay, item number 9. Pursuant to board policy number 1.106, creation of a school district ethics committee and appointment of its 3 members. And it seemed like every time I get into something, we run into trouble. So we contacted a lawyer to see how to handle this. So I'm just gonna read word for word what we need to do here. So, number 1, a formal complaint was recently submitted on behalf of a parent against one of the members of this board. Under board policy number 1.106, such complaints are permitted, and they are to be handled through the school district ethics committee. The committee must consist of 3 members who will be appointed to 1-year terms by me as your chairman of the Board of Education, with confirmation of this board. At least 2 of the members must be 2 members of the committee, shall also be members of the Board of Education. So, with formal complaint having already been submitted against a member of this board, I believe we as a board must act to form a school district ethics committee as soon as possible. With that, I am prepared to announce my appointments, and I will then call for a roll call vote of the board to confirm the committee and its committee's members. 1, John Holloway. 2, myself, Mike Payne. And 3, Scott Mast. As everyone can see, I have appointed 2 current board members as well as Scott Mast. Scott Mast is a highly respected, hard-working Christian of our county. He has served as a deacon board on Nelson Chapel Baptist Church and is a lifelong community member. He is currently an engineer at Phoenix Medical. He has also served on the county commission for 12 years and served as their chairman for 3 years. I feel Scott would be a great addition to this committee. So at this time, I'd like to have a motion to confirm this committee with these members. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion to confirm the appointment of John Holloway, Mike Payne, and Scott Mast as the members of the Ethics Committee.
Okay. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, call the roll, please.
Mr. Holloway,
Yes.
Mr. Matheson,
No.
Ms. Reese,
Yes.
Mr. Robinson,
Yes.
Mr. Payne.
Yes. Okay, that is 4-1 in confirmation. So now, with this committee now formed, board policy number 1.106 requires that the committee convene as soon as practicable to elect a chair and a secretary. The records of the committee shall be maintained by the secretary and shall be filed in the office of the director of schools. With 2 members of this elected board on the committee will give notice of those meetings and keep them open to the public. However, if and when the committee is to discuss student-related complaints, which are confidential under both federal and state law, the committee's members will need to discuss the same during a closed portion of such meeting. So after reviewing and considering the pending parental complaint or any other complaints in the future, the school district ethics committee will utilize any of the 4 options made available to it within board policy 1.106, including but not limited to referring the matter back to this board for possible public censure if the board finds such an action is warranted. So we will set up that meeting and post it. Where will it be posted? Because it'll have to
Wherever
be
you
open
want me
meeting.
to post
We
it.
normally
I
post
mean, where do we
here.
normally
The
post?
post office here and courthouse.
Okay. Whenever we get that first meeting set up, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Because the first part will be an open meeting, and then with this complaint here, we'll have to close it and finish up with in a closed session. Okay. That's out of the way. Number 10. Approve welders and tables through Fastenal Company, Sourcewell. 6 welders and 6 tables will be funded by the Spark Grant, totaling $57,642. And 2 welders and 2 tables will be funded by the Perkins Grant, totaling $19,214. And that quote is attachment 10 in your packet there. Any discussion on this?
And it is all Sourcewell, which is on the state contract. And this is the part of the Spark grant for welding.
Are these TIG welders or MIG welders?
They're not TIG, they're stick. I think they're stick and MIG, both, but they're not TIG.
They're stick and MIG?
Stick and MIG, yeah.
Can you get TIG?
I don't know if that was even considered.
Can you get a TIG welder?
We can inquire about it, yes.
Because that's, you know, that's one of the bigger welders demand right now is TIG welding.
We'll speak with Mr. Adams, he's the one that's kind of spearheading all this, and we'll speak with him and inquire about that.
Okay.
Well, that being the case, do I need to push this to next month?
Well, I'll ask Angie to text Herbie.
Okay. We'll have, we'll try and get a hold of Herbie and we'll come back to that one. Is that all right, everybody?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's fine.
so let's put that off to the end. Now we're to Miss Tina Lippert, our budget update.
All right. The school department as of today is 18.5% revenue received and 17.7% of appropriations expended in the general purpose school fund, 1.5% revenue received and 8.8% of appropriations expended in federal projects, 12.3% revenue received and 29.6% of appropriations expended in central cafeteria, and Head Start, which is the fiscal year project, is 14.9% revenue received and 23% of appropriations expended. The majority of these expenditures have been salaries and benefits.
Okay, do I have any questions for Tina on the budget?
I think we have one more item.
Yes, one more thing that we just wanted to bring up is I know last year that we had mentioned the purchasing agent, and we've had a couple different I guess, suggestions, just some things that we probably may need to have a work session for the board to get together, just to kind of figure out exactly how you want to do this, maybe the location, that kind of thing. So maybe we may need a work session in the next month or so.
Okay. I think there's another item we need to add to that agenda, so we'll get to that in a minute.
Do both of them.
Okay.
Angie, did you?
He said it's all three.
Oh, they are all three?
They are, it's all three.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I just thought there was Stick and Mig. I didn't know there's all three.
I tried looking them up on the internet, I couldn't find the number.
Oh, couldn't you?
Did he give, no, but anyway,
I
if
know
they're
there's
all
an
three,
art.
that's great.
I've done stick welding and MIG welding, but that TIG welding, there's an art to that. I just never have got it.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I
it's
mean,
a,
that's-
it's a high-priced art.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's what's out there, demand in the field now.
Is it?
Yes,
I didn't know that. Okay. All
especially,
right.
especially in aluminum.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
That's right. Okay, so back to item 10. That being all three, and the money coming from the Spark grant and then the Perkins money, it's paid for. I guess we'll entertain a motion to approve the welders. If that's nice.
I so make this motion.
Okay,
I'll second it.
call roll, please.
Mr. Holloway,
Yes.
Mr. Matheson,
Yes,
Ms. Reese,
Yes.
Mr. Robinson,
Yes.
Mr. Payne.
Yes. Okay. I guess we're to your report, huh?
Mountain City update, I was not able to attend the meeting yesterday, so yeah, I'm just gonna ask Russell if he wouldn't mind to sort of give us an update.
Met with the contractor. Project is on schedule at this point. They're digging footers. They're hoping in the next couple of weeks to start the roughing of the plumbing. They're still working through the submittal process of getting things like the structural steel, HVAC units, some of the interior, finishes, those things approved through either the engineer, the architect, a combination of both. Architect seems to be very pleased with the progress that they're making at this point. They're taking advantage of the weather at this point, knowing that at some point the weather's going to change, and it's going to, when it does, it's going to set in for the season. They're talking possibly even being able to start laying some block, hopefully between now and the end of the year as well. So
That one meeting I went to, it was asked about the amount of cubic feet of earth they had to move. That was in that quote that they could adjust. Do you remember? Are we at that or under that?
Tom mentioned that they're still waiting for the final numbers to come back from
Okay.
some of their folks, but he is confident that it's still going to be within the allowances that are built into the contract.
Good.
So at this point, the only thing that's bled over into the allowance is the storage area, which we were aware of. So.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Just a reminder, next week, there's no school for students or staff on Tuesday or Friday. Tuesday's because of Election Day, and then the next Friday is because of Veterans Day.
amen for Tuesday.
TSBA conference again is next week, so I look forward to being down there and us learning and collaborating. We will have a Christmas reception for the new board members. We always have a Christmas reception before the board meeting in December, so we'll have that before the next board meeting. I do want to, adding on to the work session with Tina, Mayor Taylor, when Mayor Taylor was in office, had sent some information to Dr. Long, Mr. Adams, Mr. Garber, and myself about a possibility for electronic buses. That is a lottery through the EPA where they had some leftover rebate money. I just wanted, he had asked if we would be interested in listening to it. It would be free buses for the county. We did listen, along with some other systems, and they were approved for it. We did find that out, but we would like to, as part of the work session, have a discussion to see if you all want us to move forward with this as part of, I guess, the lottery, and they're willing to come and answer any of your questions to see if we want to even go forward with that. The money would not flow through us, it would flow through the county. But just would like to have that as a work session too in the next few weeks when we talk about the purchasing agent, if y'all are okay with that. And then I do want to say congratulations, if you're on our Facebook page, I just sent an email out as well. We'll have our first 6 graduates from the diesel program in December. So they came up and gave them a certificate the other night and took a picture, and we appreciate the Tomahawk being there. So we're very proud of them. They don't actually finish till December, but they went ahead and gave them their certificate. So please, if you know of any student or adult that would love to be a part of this program, they're taking applications now for another group to come in January. So it's a great program. So we're very proud of these 6 young gentlemen. And that's all that I have.
All right, thank you. Okay, does anybody have anything else? Gary, you got anything?
I'd just like to say, although Shady's doesn't consist as a school anymore, but we had a great cranberry festival this year. I think we took in somewhere around $14,000. So it's, people are still patronizing it and carrying on as they did before.
Good, thank you.
You know, I'd like to say just a little bit about that CTE meeting that most of us attended last week. I thought that was a very eye-opening experience as far as the innovation that's there now, and the door's wide open for some great possible expansion of programs to give more opportunities for our students. But you know, I've really got to say a lot about Mr. Heath and the student that he had there. I mean, excellent. You know, that there is a showcase within itself is just what that culinary program is. And it's kind of eye-opening to me because, you know, when I was up there, you know, the only person that's still left that when I was up there is, you know, I think Greg Reese was there, and that's really about it. There's all new faces now. So I was very impressed with that.
Okay. Ron, you got anything?
Yes, I think all of our CTE programs are top-notch.
They are, yeah.
I think we can expand them and go for that. College is not for everyone.
No.
No, it's not.
So the more we can put in the CTE programs, I think our kids will benefit from it more. Keep them out of trouble. Busy hands and a busy mind.
There you go. That's good, yeah.
Well, and you know, and the fact that, you know, a lot of these students can almost earn those certificates within the high school boundaries, which is basically free, and then only have just a little bit post-secondary to actually finish up those certifications, I think is absolutely fantastic.
And I think the governor's putting more money into the CTE programs for that reason, because there's just not enough skilled and labor out there, you know, for electricians and plumbers and things of that.
Trying to get a plumber or electrician, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. $165 there for a welder.
What?
Yeah, for aluminum. I just had it done.
Oh, my God.
That's why I was asking about TIG welders.
Oh.
We won't talk about what it costs to have a vehicle fixed.
Oh, mercy.
And just think underwater welder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually have a person in the county that's qualified for that.
Wow.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. He's in the Navy.
Joanne, you got anything?
I'd just like to thank all of our teachers and all of our employees for everything that they do. Work hard every day and to make sure that our students get a good education, and want you to know how much you're appreciated. And wish everybody happy Thanksgiving. We won't see you again until afterwards.
I know, yes, Thanksgiving will come. Well, you guys already covered what I had, so I guess, you got anything else, Michelle? Hope Michelle's been under the weather. Hope she gets to feeling better. She had to suffer through tonight. All right, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
All right, we're adjourned.
This one's for everybody.
Do we leave here on the 9th, down there?